Welcome back to the Pro Analysis series. In this series, we pick a pro, and then what we do is we watch a couple of their replays, find some tendencies, some common things they do in their gameplay, and then we try to analyze the patterns and figure out what they do so we can use it in our own gameplay and improve as players on our own. So today, by request, we have a friend of mine who requested that we do a review on JKnaps today. So we're going to be looking at two of his replays from the Sweden Major. One is a loss and one is a win, and we're going to be trying to figure out what he did in those games that really benefited his teams, and maybe some things that he might have messed up on that we can look at so we don't make those same mistakes in our own games. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, we are into game one against Team Endpoint. They ended up actually losing the series, but they did take a game off of them. So we're going to be looking at the game they won and see what they did to beat Endpoint right here. Goes for a back left kickoff. It's a team play, not just specifically JKnaps play. It's a nice beat. I just want to point out something right here. So he flips back, which is nice, but a lot of players would go straight to net here instead of staying active in the play, and that would be really bad because then the other team would have a free ball in the midfield right here. So staying active right here is really good by JKnaps. He ends up getting a beat on Seiko. He actually turns for a bump there instead of stealing the corner boost first, which I think is interesting. It might be a slight misplay, but it's really good. Right now he's just being annoying, trying to get challenges and picking up pads on his rotations. Ooh. Maybe a slight misread there. Something I've noticed so far is JKnaps flips way more than Monkey Moon and Marked flip. That's something I've noticed like instantly. I did a replay analysis on them in the past, by the way. You can check this out if you want. But yeah, JKnaps is flipping a lot. Good positioning right here midfield. He knows there's not a huge threat of a bad 50 happening, so he stays close. And now he's able to get back and get a free clear to his Chicago on the wall there. Good touch, good high touch right there. Buys lots of time for him and Dries to grab boost. Interesting. I'm surprised that JKnaps didn't go up for that one. I want to see what he thought here. So you see Seiko on the wall. Oh, Seiko probably could have had him beat if he went, so maybe that's what maybe that's why decided not to go there. Okay, I don't know if he meant to do that. Let's see real quick. I mean, that's a really good beat to beat Metzenaris, so it would have been an open net for Dries anyways, I think. But yeah, so I guess it was a good play. For a second I thought he just almost missed his shot, but now he's just going for a beat there and ended up doubling it in, I think. Nice job slowing the play down here. Wasn't quite quick enough to get it around Seiko there for the pass, but it was a really good idea. A little bit of miscommunication there. So right here on the rotation back, where's Chicago? Oh yeah, Chicago spawned near post and JKnaps probably wasn't expecting it. So it's really hard to fault anybody for that. Good patience here from JKnaps. Not getting scared on defense. Ooh, no. Yeah, he just gets a little bit faked out there. He was on low boost, so he couldn't charge and challenge fast enough, which is something that is preventable, but there's not much you can really say about that. Oh! He almost got him back. Not with the fake, but a little bit awkward there. Good rotation back. He stays really close to Dries right here. Interesting. G2's rotations are very different from the other pros that I've done replays on. They rotate, it seems like they're really close to each other, at least from JKnaps' perspective. Oh, Drees. Oh, he just couldn't. We need to see this from Drees' perspective. Because JKnaps put a nice pass out mid there. What does Drees see? You know, I think if he stayed grounded, he might have been able to. Maybe not. Probably not get a shot on target instantly, but he would have been able to make a little bit of a play on it, maybe a dribble. So I guess it's not really too much of a Drees problem there. It was a really good pass though, just no one was there for it. Just waiting his third man. Good boom. Wow, they got really pushed up there. Oh. Really good pressure there from JKnaps. He gets over one. Let's look at that again. He doesn't end up scoring, but this is really good. So good controlled first touch. He goes over Seiko, goes off the ceiling and gets a dunk on relating wave. And it really throws off endpoint a little bit. And G2 ends up getting a shot from it. Whoa. What a bump there from, who was that? I think it was relating wave. Right here? Oh, that's unlucky. Watch this. We're putting this in slow-mo real quick. Watch this right here. Drees lands, bumps relating wave into JKnaps. And now JKnaps can't go for that shot. That is seriously unlucky. Wow. JKnaps has a lot of space here. Goes to the air. Gets around two. Seiko ends up getting a free ball though, and stalling some time. It's a good place from both sides there. So, okay, something I have noticed in this second half is JKnaps has stopped flipping so much. Notice how he's staying more grounded? Like normally in the first quarter or half of the game, we saw JKnaps literally flipping non-stop everywhere he was going. And now he seems staying more grounded and less jumpy. Maybe it was nerves? I don't know. But I don't think I've seen JKnaps flip around the field in a fat minute. Yeah, it's been at least 30 seconds since I've seen him flip around the field. Here he goes. Yeah, but he should be flipping right here to get back. Nice bomb. And there you go. G2 got a goal. 2-1. I haven't looked at this replay. I don't remember if this is how it ends. I just know that G2 does end up winning it. Good decision to control that. Buys a lot of time. And that's 0. Kills it. Yep. Alright, so takeaways from the first replay we saw. In the first half, we noticed JKnaps was flipping back and forth a lot. I don't know exactly why, but in the second half, he ended up staying a lot more grounded if you didn't notice. And I don't know if that was a tactic thing that they were trying to do. They were trying to be super fast in the beginning and then slow it down later. That might have been something G2 was trying to do. I'm not sure. But also, JKnaps is really good at taking his time in the air, something that we noticed. He takes the ball into an air dribble so that his teammates can grab boosts while he's up there. And he also is really good at getting the high touches that we also noticed that in Monkey Moon's replays, is JKnaps and Monkey Moon are both really good at sitting the ball in a nice loft super high and buying time for the teammates to get boost and everything, and for himself to get boost as well when he does a booming loft instead of an air dribble. Yeah, so I guess those are some takeaways from the first replay. Then we can look to see how he does those things in the next replay as well against Sandrock. We're into the second game of the analysis, and we're going to be watching the final game of the G2 Sandrock series that we saw in round 1 of Swiss. This is a loss from G2, but I think it's something that we can really learn from, is seeing what the pros might have done a little bit wrong, because if they did a little bit wrong, then it's most likely that we're doing them a lot wrong. So JKnaps is going for the kickoff. Oh no, he doesn't. G2 goes for a right side kickoff. Interesting. Holy. Let's just take a second and watch a mod. Like, what the heck, bro? Watch this. Beautiful touch they can stay on. Like, what? I should do a mod next. That man's cracked. Alright, back to JKnaps. Anyways, obviously, very hard to read that. You can't really fault him for that. So, yeah. Just rotating. Something I've noticed so far is he's not flipping very much right now. He's staying pretty grounded. This is really smart. The way that JKnaps goes for this 50 right here. He sees Senzo on the ground, right? And he knows that Senzo can jump up and hit it over him. But instead of panicking, he knows that Drees is behind him right now. And so even if Senzo does hit it over him, Drees has a completely free ball. So JKnaps stays grounded, gets the 50 anyways, and steals their corner boost, and now he has a free possession on the ball. Nice touch to himself. Almost gets a nice shot on net. Big miss from Senzo on Sandrock there. Flips back to defense. Just a little bit in Drees' space there. I think that's just a G2 thing though, how they rotate. Maybe something that you can learn from, or also not, or also take with a grain of salt. I don't know. Something weird that I've noticed that they've been doing this whole time. Really, JKnaps is pretty patient. He likes faking and turning back to defense a lot. He doesn't really like diving in for challenges. He likes waiting for the ball to be almost free in a sense. I see he's not gonna go chase those balls. And right here, he's staying back because he's third. Smart. Then right here, oh, he did dive. That was an awkward dive, but he did. Cutting down the space on defense there, forcing a mod over him so that Chicago gets a free touch. Nice position mid here. This is smart right here. So you notice how he doesn't go straight for a mod right here? He realizes that a mod can control the ball, and he cuts off the angles that for a mod to cut it back infield, so he forces a mod to the side. Pass out to Chicago? Or no, actually Trees. A little bit. Oh, this is sad. Yeah, nobody's there on, Wait, I remember this. This is the mod save, the really good one. Okay, so what, I don't understand why G2 are both back here. They're both in the back corner when, Drees is on offense, and Drees gets a really pressuring touch, and nobody was there from G2 to follow it up. That's really unfortunate, actually. I don't think it was JKnaps' fault, though. Let's go back a little more. He gets to pass out to Drees. They hit it back over. Yeah. So right there, either Chicago or JKnaps should have been turning back up into the midfield and grabbing a few pads, but instead they both went to the back corner. And now, let's just go into fly view so we can see this better. Right here, look at this. If I took the nameplates off, and I said, yeah, this is a, and we just looked at the positioning, no mechanics at all. If I told you this was a plat game, you'd probably believe me, right? Yeah, this is really, really bad. And it all happened right. Not right here. JKnaps pass out to Drees. Really good play. Gets a threatening shot. Right here. Let's see if Chicago has, let's see what kind of boost he has. Player view. Chicago, he's got 12 boost. Okay. So 100% right here, Chicago should be, instead of going all the way through right here, he should be grabbing this pad and playing mid. And JKnaps should be the one either to grab the couple pads back this way and kind of turn around, or go back for big boost. Or I guess JKnaps could turn right here and Chicago could go back, but they cannot both be going back here, because then this happens. Drees gets a nice shot. And imagine if Chicago or JKnaps had stayed mid here, they could have been jumping and diving at this ball right here. So Ahmad pinches it off. Amazing save by Ahmad, by the way. But they would just shove it right back in because they would just dunk him. But yeah, that's just really unfortunate positioning. That's actually a pretty good 50. Most people would think this was a bad 50 because he loses it, but it goes into empty space where it's basically almost it's between Chicago and TRK or Turk. I don't know how to say his name, but it's between them two to get the ball, and it's not threatening at all. Stays close to Drees here. Maybe a little bit too close because he couldn't react to that play. If JKnaps was a little bit farther back, he could have made a lot more of a difference there instead of having to Chicago rush in and try to make a play. Pretty decent defensive touch. Could have been a little bit better, but it was good patience to stay back. Swings out wide just in case Drees gets a dunk here. Smart. Now he just waits for Chicago to make his play. Nice stay wide for the pass. Yeah, that's something G2 are really good at. Good fake. Now Drees has a free touch. Doesn't do the best with it, but he didn't do anything terrible, so. Alright, so you see how G2 are all staying upfield right here on their offense? That's how they normally play. They normally don't. That corner thing that we saw earlier is not something you normally see from them. They're normally pretty aggressive and active in their offensive positioning. It's a good. Oh, what a lucky touch. Actually, maybe that wasn't a lucky touch from who's on the ground here? Senzo. That was a beautiful dunk. I mean, it was sort of lucky positioning from Senzo there. Could have been a goal for G2 if he hadn't been there. But maybe he just knew exactly what was going to happen. But it was a good play from JKnaps to try to get him over mid there. Interesting. He ran out of boost, so there wasn't much he could do with that ball. So I guess he tried to play it back down to Chicago, but it was really hard to make that play work. TRK, or Turk, just goes for an air dribble over him there. That's scary. G2 under a lot of pressure here. They relieve it though. That was a good play from Chicago. G2 is getting a little bit jumpy. Interesting. If I had to guess what JKnaps was going to do right here, I would say he's going to hit it straight back the other way to Chicago. But he didn't. He hit it straight back upfield. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. I forgot this was the play. I knew Ahmad hit the redirect this guy, I just didn't realize it was already 0 seconds. So was Chicago on 0 boost or something here? No? Oh yeah, he's on 0. Oh, that's just really unfortunate. Yeah, JKnaps throws the ball up midfield, gives away possession a little bit by accident. Oh yeah, that's just really unfortunate. Really good shot by Ahmad. But yeah, so takeaways from JKnaps. He's really good at buying time for his team on offense and defense. He's really good at those high clears that we noticed. We didn't really notice a whole lot of that from him this game. I feel like he didn't really have as many opportunities to go for that. He ended up having to take a lot of 50s and was a lot of times positioned really close to the play to where he couldn't really generate that kind of power or that height on the ball. And so maybe just a little bit more spacing is something that we could notice when we're watching. Something that we can notice when we're watching his gameplay, just to focus on our spacing a lot, because sometimes when you're too close, it can really throw off the rotation. It can really throw off the kind of touches you're able to get on the ball, and you produce a lot less quality touches when you're too close. It is something that I've really noticed specifically in this game. But overall, JKnaps is a really good player, and obviously they won Regional 3 in North America. And the reason I didn't choose any games from that is because it wasn't as recent. And now there would be really games to look at, but I wanted to choose games from the Sweden Major. And so I feel like looking at 1 win and 1 loss was pretty good. We got a good feel for what JKnaps looks like when he's really on form and they're really performing well as a team. And we also got to look at maybe some of the mistakes you make when you're not performing as well. And if we notice those mistakes in JKnaps sometimes, we can really notice those mistakes in our own gameplay and look to improve from them, because we're probably making them a lot more. And so yeah, it's probably going to wrap it up for this analysis. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.